First thing I do is lean in for a little well. You notice that my hand is all the way attached, but really the only pressure is at the well. Take the slip, put it in. Now my thumb tips are going down. The knuckle of my thumb is towards me, right? So that it's actually stabilizing against the clay. And then I tuck it down in. And I'm making a vase shape, so I want it flat on the bottom. So I'm just going straight across, and then I go back in and I clean that up. My thumb bends backwards so I can do it like this. If you don't have a bendy back thumb, you can use a sponge or something, I don't know. Slip on the clay, or get rid of it if it starts to get too goopy, but you want to make sure that it's nice and even. The first pull on a cylinder form, I like to do my knuckle. It's not a scoop, it's a lean. So I'm leaning, you see how the knuckle is leaning all the way in?
The clay tends to go out.
Yes. If I scoop it, the knuckle is so powerful, right? If I were to scoop it like this, I would just rip it off. People have had that trouble occasionally, I think. So you notice what I'm doing just without even thinking about it. I collect the slip, I put it on the pot. This is how I keep it from being too wet. And notice what's happening, how the two hands are connected to each other. Right? My thumb of my inside hand is tucked in with the right hand. I'm not going to be able to always do that, but at the first few pulls I can.
And are you pressing the fingers of both hands together, or is again the left hand is stabilizing from the inside?
The left hand is as equal pressure to the right.
Okay.
But watch what's happening. The outside is going to stay down at the bottom and really get that extra weight moving. I don't want to do that in the first pull, but in the second and third pulls, I want it to come up. And at this point, I'm just following through. Right, so it's not a lot of pressure beyond down here. So it's thin all the way from here up to here. It's still thick down here. Do it again. Get that pressure going. Get the weight up. And now releasing the pressure so that it's just stabilizing.
How many pounds is that?
I have no idea. I bet you guys, if you've been weighing your clay consistently, you probably have a better idea than I do. I am giving it a belly at this point.
So how are you giving it the belly? Pushing out from
So my
the inside?
inside hand is kind of scooping it out. My outside hand is just helping me stabilize. Oh, I see something. You know, I separated my fingers. I didn't even realize I do that. So I'm in here, my fingers are like this, right? Because it's thin enough, and that stabilizes it as I'm going up, right? I've got a lot of friction in there because I didn't add any more water. I don't want a soup pot in there at this point. All right, so I've got a little belly in here. I still want to choke it down. I do need extra water for that. So that first thing you just saw, I was just adding water to the whole outside. I'm sorry, the whole neck. All right, this finger, did you see that? This finger on the inside keeps it from collapsing on itself. All right, and then I go back and throw that part that I just choked. Because when you choke the clay, what's happening is it's getting all wrinkled up in there, right? So the throwing again is both thinning it out and also strengthening it.
Really make it look easy.
Sorry. My deepest apologies.
Yeah.
All right. Slow motions. Once I've got it choked like this, what's happening is that it's weakened the form. Once I've got it a shoulder, that's a much weaker form. So it could collapse down if I'm not careful. I want you to see the 3 different tools here. Metal rib that bends, so I can bend it around the shoulder. I can really perfect what that curve is if I want to. I've got this tool is a wooden rib. It's got a very straight, clean line. I'm going to show you that in a bit, but I would use it as a way to stabilize the outside and a way to get a straightness. So we've got a basic vase. In the next video, I want to show you playing with the neck. So start again.